Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today, a little something special, not special, different, not different. I've done reviews, so this is a review. I'm just going to talk. We're going to take a look at the Saramonic SmartRig Plus. I purchased this so that when I traveled to Charleston to do my first professional shoot, I would have better audio than what I can get out of this camera alone. And I saw a bunch of reviews, said this thing's amazing, so I thought, awesome, I'll pick it up. And part of the reason is because I've already owned another piece of Saramonic gear, and that is this Saramonic audio adapter. And so I've had this for a while now. This is essentially just a mixer, an on-camera mixer for 2 microphones. I've used this in the past to do convention recording where I have a mic on me and a mic on the camera, and I could use this to mix the audio, split those 2 channels into 2 separate channels, and make sure the levels were set okay. This was fine for me, for shooting my own videos. But on a professional shoot, the main drawback of this is there is no monitor, so I can't plug in a pair of headphones and listen to what's coming out of this. And there's no pass-through for the camera power. So I'd have to have a powered microphone. I couldn't use my Rode mic, that sort of thing. So this was a good option at the time. It was 50 bucks. And when it came, I thought, this is actually super high quality. This is all aluminum construction. Even this, I think even this tab feels like it's aluminum. The cabling's nice. The knobs feel really positive. They have like little detents that feel really good as you're turning it. The switches are all real well built. They feel strong and solid, affirmative chunks out of them. So, you know, the packaging was great. It has a little void label for tearing. So I was like, okay, it's Saramonic. I know the name. I have a piece of Saramonic equipment. So I expected quality when this showed up. And what came, I'm not going to tell you that it's not quality. What came is this. This little device, which is some of the most generic plastic construction I've ever seen on anything. This is just a ABS plastic case with a label on it with this fake LCD screen that says Saramonic SmartRig. I mean, it feels, it doesn't feel like I paid for something. It feels more, this is $120 versus $50 for this mixer. It doesn't feel like $120. It feels more like something that you buy to, you know, just get you by. That being said, I'm really impressed with the quality of it. So, the quality of the audio that comes out of this. So, what makes this different from the audio mixer? This is an actual audio interface. This has a preamp in it. This has a TRRS connector, so it can plug into your cell phone even. And you have a switch that switches between the 2 modes, either TRS or TRRS, so this can switch back and forth between that. It can provide phantom power to an XLR mic. It has 1/4 inch in the middle XLR and 3.5 millimeter jacks. And it has a switch between mono and stereo. Level knobs are... I mean, this thing just is not built like this, which really surprised me. I opened the box and I was like, is this even the same company? You know, there was no tamper-proof tape on here. The stuff that came in the box, I mean, there's a little pouch. I don't know why I would ever use this, but I got a pouch. There's really nothing else in here but a warranty card. This feels like a completely different company manufactured this because it just doesn't feel quality. But, again, audio output of this was excellent. I used it all day, 8-9 hours of shooting on a 9-volt battery. I didn't have to replace the battery. It's still going strong. The headphone out sounded exactly how it sounds in the camera, so I verified after shooting for a little while that what I'm hearing is the exact same level that the camera's recording. That's excellent. These level knobs, like I said, they're kind of weak. They don't have detents, so they just feel kind of floppy, but they work. The one thing I can say that I'm not positive why, I don't understand it, what's supposed to happen with this mono stereo switch is if you plug in a single input and set it to mono, it will record that input on both channels. So you just get the same input on both channels. If you set it to stereo, that splits the two input channels. So you should have independent control of left and right channels. What I have found is that's not the case at all. I don't know if it's because of the TRRS connector, but there's a lot of bleed over from one channel to the next. So if I have just one microphone plugged in and set to stereo, the stereo knob on this side would do nothing, whereas this would control both volumes. The one thing I found was that the volume, so say I plugged into channel 1 and I turned the volume all the way up, the channel 2 volume would be lower than the channel 1 volume, but this knob did nothing. I don't know what the point of that is. The good news is it doesn't matter. I was basically using this just to monitor a lavalier mic. Because like I said, I was traveling 2 hours to do this shoot, and I could not come back and find that my audio was junk. I needed to be able to hear it live on set, I guess you could say, and adjust accordingly, set my levels accordingly. I could do that through my headphones. I could hear if this was clipping. I could see it on the screen, set the monitor to do some audio tests or whatnot. But overall, I'm really glad that this exists for 120 bucks. There are other more expensive audio interfaces that would probably perform slightly better, but for the price, I feel like I didn't get cheated. I just wished I had gotten this amazing construction of this guy in this form factor. But that's okay. I can recommend it. I can say that if you need an audio interface that provides phantom power, that provides monitor, this is a really good way to go. And I'm not at all upset with my purchase. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully soon I'll be able to show you some of the videos that I did for Todd. If you live in West Virginia and you're looking for a new or used car, you should visit ToddJudyFord.com, and maybe they'll help you out. Todd's a really good friend of mine. He's supports the show, so he's a great person, and he'll never steer you wrong. So thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from robots.open.ac.uk. Where does the word robot come from? The word robot was introduced in 1920 in a play by Karel Čapek called RUR, or Rossum's Universal Robots. Robot comes from the Czech word robota, meaning forced labor or drudgery. In the play, human-like mechanical creatures produced in Rossum's factory are docile slaves.